And thanks everybody again for showing up tonight. We have the pleasure of bestowing our annual Stormwater Awards on a few recipients, quite a few. So the more the merrier for as far as we're concerned. So since 2006, the Commission Stormwater Awards program has recognized outstanding efforts by communities, groups, and individuals for proactive projects and innovative programs to reduce flooding, improve water quality, and help and maintain and restore the natural drainage system. It's an honor to present the 2014 Stormwater Awards to those that have gone above and beyond, have led by example, and forged a path for others to follow. We are fortunate in Lake County to benefit from the dedication, talent, and creativity of those we are honoring. After each award is announced, we do invite a representative of the group to make comments, and also invite all members of your group to join SMC commissioners and myself to the side of the podium for an award photo. The first award I'd like to announce is the Stormwater Best Management Practice Award, and that goes to Moraine Township and their Mooney Cemetery Green Infrastructure Project. The BMP Project of the Year, the township had struggled with water problems at the cemetery for years and sought solutions that incorporated sustainable improvements, which in turn created an opportunity to engage the public in its construction. The project replaced 8,200 square feet of asphalt driveway, added 2 small natural landscape parking areas, and 2 rain gardens to alleviate the problems and improve water quality runoff from their site. One item that makes this project exceptional is the 70 volunteers who planted 750 rain garden plants, and the project tour that was open to the public and included instruction on rain garden installation and their benefits. The Township Board, unfortunately, is also tonight, and I don't know if theirs was canceled or not, but anyway, it conflicted with our meeting. So I will be presenting this award to Ann Bassey, who was a former SMC commissioner and is now the Moraine Township Supervisor at their January 22nd meeting. We do have a nice photo of one of their rain gardens that grew in really nicely for them. So we're looking forward to their meeting coming up in a couple weeks. That one is televised, so that'll be fun. All right, the next award for 2014 Stewardship of the Year goes to Carillon North Homeowners Association. Carillon volunteer Paul Kruckenberg told an audience at our annual Homeowners Association workshop, "If we can do it, so can you." And Carillon North HOA definitely walks the talk. Carillon North HOA promotes itself as an active adult community, although I'm not sure that wetland restoration is included in their community brochure. But the restoration and stewardship of the site's natural and man-made resources has been done with dedication, enthusiasm, and a pride of ownership. For many years, Carillon community volunteers and the property management team have been focused on restoring the high-quality 14-acre Drury wetland and the 2.5-acre prairie buffer around it, also improving stormwater management basins. The Buffer Enhancement Project won the 2010 Conservation and Native Landscaping Award from the Chicago Wilderness and the US EPA in Chicago. Some of the recent outstanding work completed includes invasive species removal of 300 large buckthorn, we were just talking about that earlier, 20 willow trees, and most of the work was completed by hand saws. Carillon HOA has reached out to local partners, including SMC, to leverage funding and technical assistance and expertise for their ongoing efforts, new plantings, and controlled burns. The Carillon volunteers were also active participants in our Mill Creek watershed planning process and are happy to share their lessons learned with other HOAs. Carillon North efforts extend beyond their community in helping downstream to improve the Des Plaines River watershed. Here tonight from Carillon is a delegation of young at heart Carillon volunteers and property manager Lori Keltner of Lieberman Management Services. Welcome.
My dedicated volunteers are a little afraid of the snow, but they are not afraid of buckthorn. I want to thank you very much. This is a great award for us, and we're very, very excited to receive this. However, I have to also acknowledge the Village of Grays Lake because they were very instrumental in helping us remove some of the buckthorn as well. Very hard workers on that team, as well as the Avon Township, who helps us chip the buckthorn to get rid of it. So although the homeowners of Carillon North were very active in getting rid of the buckthorn, and they totally blew me away. I mean, I thought I was in physical shape. 67-year-olds are in better shape than I am. So I really appreciate this award. Thank you so much.
Photo op over here.
Photo op.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
I don't know, like this.
No.
All right, take a couple of here. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
We should really have you in the center.
You want to switch?
Yeah, why don't we do that?
Because I'm short?
No, no. Gonna sandwich between two good-looking guys.
Yeah, that's right. I'll quote you. Thank you.
Thanks, Susan.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
The next award for 2014 Education Outreach and Media goes to Sarah Sorose and Conserve Lake County, for their Conservation at Home program. Conserve's Conservation at Home program is addressing water quality impairments in the Des Plaines River watershed in Lake County by changing how hundreds and eventually, we hope, thousands of private landowners use and treat their land. The program, implemented in 2011, is led by Sarah Sorose and her staff of professional biologists who assess and provide expert guidance one property owner at a time. Landowners learn about ecological treasures they may have and how to protect them, ways to incorporate native trees and plants, how to identify and control invasives, and eco-friendly lawn care and water conservation practices. Over 300 private properties have been certified as a Conservation at Home sustainable property and are collectively improving water quality and habitat in the Des Plaines River watershed. Conserve Lake County has established a respected history of grassroots watershed awareness, connecting place, community, and common values. You have made a difference. Here from Conserve Lake County is Conservation Outreach Director Sarah Sorose, Conserve's Vice Chairman Gary Mitchner, and Sustainable Landscapes Coordinator Mary Fortman. Congratulations.
Thank you. And Gary couldn't make it. Yeah, sure. I'd love to.
Thank you. Thanks so much. I just want to thank SMC and everyone at the county for the support for this program, bringing it to Lake County. I see some of the people who have hosted us on their own properties and promoting the program, but the award is really actually for the people of Lake County, because if they hadn't called and emailed and requested us to come out to work with them on their properties, then what would it have meant, you know? So this is for everybody, really. Thanks so much. It means a lot. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
There you go. Photo
Here,
time.
let's hold this together.
There you go.
Okay, we'll take a couple of them. 1, 2, 3. Give me your hand. And then you take it out. 1, 2, 3. Great. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right. The next award is the 2014 Development of the Year Award, and that goes to Forest Park Rehabilitation Project in Lake Forest. And this will be presented by SMC Commissioners Mike Rummel and Ann Maine.
Okay. Thank you. It is a real honor to present this award and to be asked to present it. I've been blessed to be in a community that has public-private partnerships. And this truly started as a public-private partnership 4 or 5 years ago when it became before the City Council through the Park District that the Forest Park needed to be done. And a number of people stepped up and volunteered. And it's all about volunteerism in Lake Forest. And these people worked hard. Ralph Geschwaldo is here, is the chairman of that committee, but I don't want to leave it to, I don't want to start naming names because there's just too many people, but I did want to thank Ralph for doing it. But he put together the program and put together the volunteerism. They've raised over $3 million to do this park. They have redone the park. You now have been able to go into areas that were before wetlands and you can walk through them. They've redone all the plantings along the lake shore. They've secured the bluff. It is really a spectacular project. So anyone who's ever in Lake Forest, please stop by and see it and see what people who work together, who volunteer, who give their time, talent, and treasure to do something end up doing.
Wow. Well, I just want to say this is a really special piece, and this 30-acre parcel is actually one of the earliest parcels in the county that was preserved for open space. And so it really showed a lot of foresight in Lake Forest. And I'm particularly excited about it because as some of you may know, I've worked for this month, 21 years at Lake Forest College. So very nearby that, and it's a spot that I have been following with great interest. I've stayed on the correct side of the do not cross, but looked over to see it, and I've got students who do research projects. They're like, we can't go there now. I'm like, I know, but you'll be able to soon. So I'm been looking forward to being able to see it more, and I've walked down there all the times of the year. Not quite this cold, but pretty cold. I've got some great shots down there. And it really is such a special piece to have this along the lake shore, and with that bluff up there, and then to walk down and see everything there. So it's just a real, as Mike, as Commissioner Rummel said here, it's a real treasure that you have preserved, and you've put a lot of time into it. And sometimes when things have been around for a while, we just kind of get used to it and think that it's okay. But you guys went a step further. You said, you know what, but it could be better. And you put the time and the effort and the money into it, and we really appreciate that. All of us appreciate it. And so thank you for what you've done.
See, and that's the difference between the chairman of the Forest Preserve and just a commissioner. I crossed over the line. I went where we're not supposed to go.
Well, you admit it in public.
Yeah, I do.
I don't. I can't.
Do you have some representatives that would like to make some comments, and everybody can come out for a photo opportunity as well?
And we do have a Hardy group from Lake Forest. They all decided to come out to make.
Much like this commission, who must be an extremely dedicated commission to be out on a night like tonight, we have a number of volunteers that have also come out tonight. And I couldn't be more happy now. Mike mentioned my name. Commissioner Mike mentioned my name. But I have to tell you, as the chairman of the Forest Park Project Board, that's really all I am as the chairman. These people behind me are the people that did all the work. And as was mentioned, the Forest Park Project is a cooperative effort between the City of Lake Forest and the Forest Park Project Board. And I'm amazed at the work that these people put in to get this spectacular project done. Those of you that have never been out to Forest Park, I invite you to come out there. The 30-acre parcel that sits above the beachfront is absolutely stunning, absolutely amazing. It was always a treasure. Now it's a special place in Lake Forest to be enjoyed for the next 100 years, the generations to come. And I think the work that's been put into this has been absolutely amazing. It is special. But I have to just mention a few of the people. A couple of the young ladies that are here tonight that originally really kind of started this project were part of the Lake Forest Garden Club that came to the city of Lake Forest and for their bicentennial said, is there something special we can do for the city as part of your bicentennial? And the city said, we have a park that needs a master plan. And through their diligence, through their garden club, they developed a master plan and gave it as a donation to the city. After that, the Forest Park Project Board was created. Now, we had to raise an awful lot of money, but the city participated with us, and this cooperative effort wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for the city of Lake Forest. They have been stewards of this park. They've been amazing help for this park. Bob Kiley from the city of Lake Forest, our city manager, is here tonight. We owe him a great bunch of gratitude from all the residents of Lake Forest, the participation that he took in this park. So thanks, Bob, for all that you've done. Thanks for being our steward. Thanks for being the person that we've worked with the city. It's been absolutely amazing. The three ladies, Jane O'Neill, Joan Dupuy, Karen Stensrud, have been absolutely amazing. They were those gals from the Lake Forest Garden Club that actually started this project. We've been fortunate to have Peter Cherry. Somehow they roped him in to be the treasurer, but he's not just the treasurer of the Forest Park project. He's been the treasurer, he's been a construction manager, he's been a fundraiser, he's been just about everything you could possibly think of. And he's also been a great friend for the park and has helped us drive us to get to the point we're at. Cliff Miller, Cliff, you've done an outstanding job. Cliff started out on our executive board, but actually we hired an architect that was out of the East Coast. So Cliff acted as our architect, a liaison from the architect. You know, for those of us, I'd get calls sometimes from people in Lake Forest that would say, hey, who's that person walking around with a hard hat on with a light at 2 o'clock in the morning? That was actually Cliff placing some things in the ground. The city of Lake Forest has been absolutely outstanding and has helped us get to the point. And I think, Bob, did you want to say a few words?
All I say is exactly what Ralph has said. The only other two people I would
Yes.
point out, Chuck Myers, who is our superintendent of Parks and Forestry and has been really working with this group closely with the implementation of the plan, and our engineer to make sure everything works according to SMC rules and regulations is our engineering assistant, Bob Ells. But I can't say enough about the work that the Forest Park Board has done, because without their efforts, without their help, this would never become a reality. So thank you.
Yeah, those are my next two introductions. By the way, he stole it away from me. But the park is a special place. And to be honored here tonight by the SMC is an honor for us. Thank you very much. We're honored to be stewards of that park. We're honored to receive your award. Thank you for all that you've done, and we really do appreciate it. Anybody else have any comments?
I have
Okay.
one other comment.
Yes.
And it is kind of singling out one person, but this project was so important to the community. It was not only important to our volunteers, but to the business community. The Chicago Bears, who I want to point out, gave a $100,000 contribution to this park. So
They've never made a contribution to anything, to any of the city organizations. And it was through a number of people, our fundraiser chair that went over there, that Mary Hoffman and talked the Chicago Bears, and they give it $100,000. It's the first time anybody's ever done that. There are our business partners in this park, along with the Lake Forest Bank, who has also helped us with this park. But it's absolutely amazing that to raise over $3 million for a park in a short period of time is just outstanding.
It's because you had garden club ladies. I should have known. Since I belong to a garden club, never, ever underestimate women in a garden club.
I just wanted to point out it was truly a public-private business partnership.
Yes, and believe me, the garden club members have helped. I not only have my wife, but I have a number of women over there that have keep motivating us to move forward.
Keep you on track. I get it. Yeah.
But thank you.
All right. Well, I don't know who gets this group. I think maybe the ladies.
The ladies, right?
Mike, you get on over here.
Come on, Bob, Chuck.
So here,
I can
you
stand
go.
up back.
There.
And I'll get on the other side
You
of
get
it.
in tall, so there's, yes. All right.
It's a big group, isn't it?
They went to my students.
All right, and don't go very far.
No, and I got the okay to go in the park, so I'm feeling better.
The next award is for the 2014 Community of the Year, and that is for the Village of Green Oaks. And SMC Commissioner Ann Maine will present the award.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ann.
So how fun to be able to stand up here and honor Community of the Year, the Village of Green Oaks. And it's a village that is very small in population, but mighty in terms of the things that they have accomplished. And they've really accomplished so much. So even though it's a small community, they have portions of the Des Plaines River. We were just talking about that a few minutes ago. And the headwaters of the Middle Fork of the North Branch of the Chicago River. And they work with their watersheds, the wetlands, flood mitigation, and they've really done a fabulous job. And they've really looked proactively about what needs to be done. And this long-range vision and planning has really paid off in so many ways. And it is the sort of thing that, as many people in this room know, these are not simple problems to solve. We don't change these things overnight. And it takes people realizing that there's a problem, again, realizing that they can do better, and getting other people to understand. And as they have many board members who've been there for a long time, they've had some new board members, but that commitment has stayed, and they have some really fabulous projects. The Atkinson Road Flood Control Basin, I went to some of the meetings, at the school when you were having that, and I know there were a lot of people who were very concerned. That was some partnership, and things have turned out so well with that. The Middle Fork stream bank improvements, Doe Lake wetland enhancement, bioswale projects, really working to reduce flooding, not only in their own community, but it helps those who are downstream, and it improves water quality, which is so important, again, not only for their own community, but for biodiversity, for the plants and the animals. So really a very holistic view, and we really appreciate that. They've had a great partnership with Oak Grove School, and that's really exciting because it's very important that we pass the baton on to that next generation and that they understand the importance, because it doesn't do us any good to do all this great work if we're not training and educating the group that comes behind us that they also value it and they understand it, and maybe they can start even sooner and head off some problems. So they've worked to educate students on non-point source pollution and really looking at different a variety of stormwater management practices. So it's great. I've been so happy that I could represent them on the county board and here in SMC for 12 years, and they've just been working along and great progress. So here with us is President Bernie Wysocki, Trustee Wagner, Trustee Segru's not here, Trustee Glogowski, sorry, Trustee Wood's not here, is the village engineer here? Yes, and am I missing anyone? Ben? Ben's here. Ben Metzler of RHMG Engineers. If I missed anyone, I'm sorry. Gentlemen, I think it's only gentlemen at this point. Gentlemen, please come up and receive your award. Okay. You guys, any of you want to say something?
I'll say a couple of words.
Okay, well then we'll do, you have to talk and then I do this, okay.
And you made us sound really great. A lot of times you can't get too many people to commit to public service for a long period of time. And so doing a project that extends over many years is often kind of piecemealed and delegated, and sometimes runs out of funds, as many of you who are elected officials know. And it was the commitment of these people that had the foresight to plan this years ahead of time, that used a community that doesn't have a real estate tax, and went out and got grants to do this project, established a working relationship with our school district so that we can educate the next generation on these projects, has been really something to behold, especially for, I always kid our board that our community is like a tabletop. The water don't go nowhere. So to have this honor is really a privilege for all of us in our community. And I want to introduce the people who had the actual foresight to do that. John Wagner, who is our chairman of our Public Works, and Dick Legusky, who was in roads and also building, that worked on the Atkinson Road project. Bill Rickard, I can't say enough, from RHMG, who put the plan together and stayed the course and kept the project alive for us. And Ben Metzler, who was actually out in the field for many of these projects. It was a wonderful project to see come to a successful conclusion. Though it's not concluded, we still have another 10-year plan to do, so you may see us here again 20 years from now.
Okay, all right, well, here, I don't know if Bernie went in here, here's. Bernie, one in the middle there? Okay, well, here's your award, a beautiful photograph thing. See? It's my life, always. Yeah.
All right, I'll take a couple. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, gentlemen, good job, thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Take that turned off. All right. Is this working? All right, thank you. The last award is certainly not the least. It is our 2014 Stormwater Manager of the Year, and this goes to Bill Kruckenberg. He's the Ela Township Highway Commissioner. I'm fortunate enough to have moved to Ela Township this year, and I didn't nominate Bill though. But I am going to follow him home. I'm hoping he drove his snowplow here. So, but actually, Mike Talbot and Craig Taylor, SMC commissioners, are going to share in the presentation of the award and comments on Bill. If you gentlemen would please come up.
Congratulations, Bill. I can remember back in 2000 when you were elected to the Ela Township to be Highway Commissioner. At that time, you, your wife Rhonda, who's here, I'm sure Craig and Mike and myself never thought 14 years later we'd be calling you Stormwater Manager of the Year. Back then, people thought SMC regulations were made up by do-gooders in the county only to frustrate people. Bill, you've always been a good old boy. Your handshake and your word are better than any written contract. If there's trouble, you're the guy I hope answers the phone. You're being honored tonight because of your long history of implementing stormwater drainage improvements, mitigating flood problems in all of Ela Township. That includes Killdeer, Lake Zurich, Deer Park, Hawthorne Woods, and Long Grove. You've redefined the role of a highway commissioner. In 2000, a lot of highway commissioners kind of flew under the radar. Nobody knew what they did or what they were supposed to do. Now you're a vital part of the regional picture when it comes to improving our communities. You participate in a lot of mutual service agreements. The village of Killdeer certainly benefits from that, and we're very appreciative of everything that you do. In 2013, as one small example, and Mike and Craig were out at this house too, you and your crew were out pumping water out of somebody's basement who happened to live next to a wetland. Big surprise that it flooded. And that, generated a lot of issues, but you were there to help in that situation. just last year, you got a backhoe from Fremont Township to help dig out a concrete section of storm pipe that had gotten clogged after some tree roots grew into it and created a big back lake where 3 subdivisions all came together, and there were a lot of homes that were in danger of flooding. Now, that's a real stormwater management problem. And you solved it for us, and we're very appreciative of that before any of the homes got flooded. That's just the type of stormwater management professional that you are and have become. You're also one of the first township commissioners to really appreciate the need to control the amount of salt that gets put down in the winter and what it does to the environment. Now, I'm not sure that you're a fortune teller that knew in advance that the Des Plaines River would become impaired because of chloride levels, or that you knew in advance that the price of salt would go from $58 to $138 in 1 year. But what that shows to me is that you're a terrific stormwater management person, and that the fact that you earned this award proves to me, at least, that an old dog can learn new tricks. Congratulations, Bill. You deserve this.
Okay, I've got a couple of pages worth of things I could say about the things that Bill has done. But I think more importantly than telling you all about the things that he's done is to tell you a little bit about him as an individual. He probably is one of the biggest resources we have in our area. He grew up in the area. He has history in the area. He knows everything there is. He knows where all the skeletons are buried, seriously. Pipes, you name it. So he's the type of person you want on your team. He's out there working all the time. He never stops. If there's going to be snowplows running, I'm surprised he's here tonight. And I know that there'd be a lot of the Ela Township elected officials here this evening, but they have their board meeting. But I talked with all of them. They're disappointed they can't be here. But to a person, they hold him in the highest esteem and highest regard. And as far as our residents are concerned down in that part of the county, they owe so much of a debt of gratitude to Bill because, again, he's the type of guy that is out there giving his all and doesn't let boundaries stop him. He works with the villages, as Michael said. He's well respected by all of the other entities. So if he ever retires, I hope he doesn't go far, because we're going to be tapping into his brain for all the knowledge that he has. I can't thank you enough. So come on up here and get this.
Thank you.
You come on up too. Congratulations. Behind every good man, there's a good woman. Come on.
Well, I'd like to thank everybody from Stormwater. Michael, you told me I had to keep this under 30 minutes. So I'll try to do.
I think it was 3.
Oh, 3? Okay.
30's fine.
I'm really humbled by this, and thank you all very much for it. Kurt, we've had some tough days, but we've worked through it. Everything else, and I'd like to thank Dan Strand. You can come up, and Todd Gordon. They're the engineers that we use, and over the years we've created a friendship with them and everything else. But it's a great honor, and I don't do half the stuff these guys said.
Oh, yeah, right.
And I'm humbled by what they say. But thank you very much. I appreciate it.
This is really
Get my skinny side.
There you go. All right, take a picture. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
And this also makes up for the nights that you're out there and the resident is flooding and wonders why he can't. And They talk so pleasant to you and so nice to you. So this kind of makes up for that. I really appreciate it.
It does? I want one of those.
You know how it gets once in a while. Thank you very much. Perfect, thank you.
For those of you that got awards, we've got sleeves for you to put those in. Thank you.
Thanks, Craig. The award winners are welcome to brave the elements. Thank you so much for your attendance. Everyone drive safely.